Welcome back to Marta from Sparta. We are in a very lovely mood. We continue our Valentine series. I am wearing a shirt from the last video. I am wearing my Free People Dupe jeans from 2 videos ago. I am all dressed up in my own creations, very proud of my work. Today we're doing another Free People Dupe. And no, I'm not that big of the fan of Free People, but these jeans came across, overalls actually, I came across of them somewhere, and I thought, oh my god, it's Valentine's coming up, and these are perfect, kind of casual, really fun Valentine's look. So this time, it wasn't as easy as last time to figure out how to recreate those jeans. If you're gonna look at close-up of these jeans, they have this checkered pattern, and this checkered pattern is actually distressed. So it's very challenging to create this tiny square holes so evenly and so perfectly and recreate that. There is a jeans fabric, you can buy it by yard and you can make overalls from scratch, but if you're gonna do that, you're gonna come to very close to the cost of original jeans. So unless you're doing to enjoy yourself and have fun, there is no point buying the fabric and just sew from scratch overalls using the same denim with the same pattern. So what I was thinking is, it's not about recreating them exactly. It's not about making exactly same jeans. It's just about use them as an inspiration. So I started to think how I can create the same kind of like a pattern, like checkered pattern, without distressing the jeans, because I think it's possible, but it's insane amount of work just to do it by hand. So obviously I'm using the jeans which I thrifted. And I was thinking like how I can accomplish similar look. So I came up with 2 ideas, and you can choose which one is good for you. So idea number 1, it's gonna be sewing machine, and idea number 2, it's going to be painting. So let me show you idea number 1. First idea will be using sewing machine, and that gonna be various from sewing machine you have. I'm sure that there are some subscribers who has this amazing sewing machines. I have very basic model with some embroidery, and I went through a lot of embroidery options and I test them on the piece of fabric, and the one which I think it could potentially work was the one with flowers. I still think that this one line is not looking bad. It looks actually really pretty. The problem is that if you're gonna make a lot of these lines and kind of create this checkered look, this is too busy design, and it's basically gonna take over everything, and what you're gonna see is just this design. The other hand, it's very time consuming and a lot of thread we're gonna have to use. So my sewing machine has very limited embroidery options which I could actually use, and they could work for me. But if you have sewing machine like embroidery sewing machine, you can probably choose more designs. So because I was very limited from what I have, and the only option which I thought is gonna work for me is those daisies, I decided not to use my sewing machines because number 1, it's a lot of thread, and the whole idea of in here is to work on budget, because if we're gonna create the jeans about the same in the same budget the Free People are, what's the point of doing it? Number 2, in order to do it, we're gonna have to open jeans basically everywhere. We're gonna probably stitch the pockets. There's a lot of downsides to this specific technique, so I thought it's not worth it. I don't want to do it. I have to come up with another idea how to create this vibe. I was trying to think maybe I'm gonna do it by hand, but also number of daisies I have to make, numbers of tiny squares or whatever design I'm gonna come up with, it's kind of insane, and I'm gonna bump into the same kind of problem. Some pockets gonna be impossible to do. I'm gonna have to rip them off the jeans, then attach them, so it's creating too much work. So I decided to go with the same technique I did for my last Free People dupe, and I decided to use acrylic paint. And those jeans I made on the video, and I already washed them twice. Design stays. I also made a sweatshirt a while ago. You can look over here. I love the sweatshirt. I wear it all the time. I don't even flip it inside out to wash it, and the paint stays. If you don't want to buy extra mediums and mixing and stuff, I promise you that if you're gonna use acrylic paint, you're gonna let it dry, you're gonna heat set it, it's gonna stay forever on your clothes. And I have a lot of clothes which I made this way, and I wash them and I wear them constantly. Sometimes I don't even flip them inside out, and the paint stays. I think the crucial thing is not to put multiple layers, because paint will actually crack. So as long as it's fairly thin layer, you are fine with only acrylic paint, and and I promise you it will stay. And in a few minutes I'm gonna run upstairs and I'm gonna bring you that specific sweatshirt and show you after 2 years of having it. I think I made it 2 years ago. It still looks exactly same like on the video. Since we covered that topic and I showed you my sweatshirt, which I constantly beat it up on the yard, everywhere around the house. It's so soft. I love this sweatshirt so much that I literally wear it on every occasion I can possibly have, and it's appropriate to wear it. So what I decided to use acrylic paint and buy a tiny stamp and create the pattern. And these are Valentine's jeans, but I decided that I don't want to create the pattern using a hearts. I think the heart patches are good enough. We don't need to have literally heart on everything. So I have a piece of fabric, which you can obviously see here, and that's the embroidery from my sewing machine, and that's the tiny stamp which I decided to use on my pants. And I'm gonna link it in the description below. And this is this miniature daisy which I have, and I use this daisy to create this pattern, checkered pattern on my jeans, and I just get them out of the dryer, so I'm gonna show you how they look. Let me show you the jeans, and I just got them out, as I said, from the dryer, and I didn't even put them inside out. I put them right side facing up in the kind of washing bag, because I wanted a little bit more to distress these daisies. But as I said before, once you're gonna paint them and you heat set that, they're not going anywhere. So my attempt of distressing these daisies a little bit more was not working, but I'm still happy. I'm gonna show you how the overalls look, and I will also share with you the measurements of the square, because if you're gonna do the squares too small, it's gonna be way too busy. If you're gonna make them too big, you're not gonna accomplish the same vibe, because you're not gonna have that many squares on one side of your overalls. So I was playing with it on the paper, and I think I came up with a perfect measurement. So that's how the jeans look like from the distance. You can guys see them over here. I don't have room to step back more, but that's generally, I'm gonna show you maybe this way. That's generally how they look like with this kind of daisy checkered pattern. I'm not sure how much you're gonna see in a video, but that's from the distance. They looked almost exactly as the jeans, Free People jeans. And unless you're gonna really zoom out the Free People jeans and see that these tiny white patches are distressing in the holes, you're never gonna know. But again, we're not trying to copy them exactly. We're using them as an inspiration and to get the same vibe. Now the question is, what next? And now you have to think, I can't tell you exactly what you're supposed to do, because you might have different color jeans than I do. And now we're gonna have to come up with the patches. And how we're gonna do it, obviously I'm gonna take you to the desk and explain everything. But the color of the patches are gonna varies from the color of your jeans, because obviously, as you see on the inspiration images, some patches are darker than the others. And as I said, you see on my desk over here, I keep the jeans which are too big on me, or if I thrifted something super fun and found something fun, I am definitely gonna buy it. Like I had these overalls and I didn't have a use for them until now. So the next step would be selecting the color from the other scraps or jeans you have to actually come in this contrast and find the perfect balance to create these patches and make these patches contrasting like the patches on the inspiration images. So and then obviously cut out the perfect sizes. So what I'm gonna do right now, I'm just gonna play with designer right now. I'm gonna choose one of these old jeans, and I need 3 different colors, just to tell you. 3 different shades of denim to kind of get this look. And all these shades has to be contrasting with the background, which means your overalls. And now we're gonna play a little bit designer. I thrifted the jeans a while ago, and if I see something which I think gonna be beneficial for my project, I literally get it. These overalls were sitting in my closet for a while. I was waiting for the perfect project for them, and it finally came. They have straight leg, they oversized. I'm not gonna cut them short like the Free People jeans, just because I don't like it. It's not my style, and I think I mentioned that multiple times in previous videos. I am short, so if I'm gonna make something in very awkward length, then it makes me visually look shorter. So actually, the longer the jeans are, the better are for my body type. So I'm gonna sit and play designer, and I'm gonna choose 3 different shades of blue, which gonna stand out really nicely against my background, against my jeans, and you should do the same to prepare for the next step. So what I did to make my life easier, I took a picture of my overalls, and you don't have to go through the step. I'm being a little bit extra, but I like to work this way. My brain actually processes the information way better this way. So I took a pictures of the jeans, and I actually made this drawing, and I kind of like make the notes what I need to do. And as you see, we need 3 different shades of blue, and I placed, well, also there is a back of the jeans over here, so I also placed patches where they're supposed to be with the color where they go. And now I'm just gonna choose my colors. I'm gonna measure how big the patch is supposed to be to balance everything. And again, I am not cutting my jeans, but if you decide to cut your jeans to look like a Free People ones, cut them before you're gonna make patches, so you're gonna have a placement. All right, so let me show you the original jeans. I mean, my background, I'm gonna call it. So that's the color which I have. And now, based on my diagram, which I misplaced somewhere, of course, I'm gonna need 3 different colors for different patches. So I have to decide right now which of those gonna work and which of those I really don't want to cut for the future projects. So we have to think about how we're gonna design it, and then we're gonna determine how big the patches will be. And I'm actually thinking that we might unfortunately need to open the jeans to attach the big patches, or we can just glue them using a fabric glue. That might be another idea which could save us opening the overalls. Alrighty, so let me show you what I came up with. I draw a squares using the sewing marker, which means that if I will spray the water on it, it's gonna come off. You can also use the sewing chalk. So I created a placements where do I want the squares to be, square patches, because they're going down first based on my drawing, right? So now I'm gonna cut out the patches in the sizes I have here. I can share the sizes if you guys interested in, but again, I don't think it's gonna work for you guys, just because the width of your leg might be different, the length of your pants might be different, and in this case, in this project, the balance is very important, because as you see on the inspiration image, the bottom patch is way longer to the top patch, and the placements of them and how do they look and how long and wide they are. This is very important, and that jeans, Free People jeans, are very nicely balanced, even with with the sizes of the patches and with the placement. So I think this is very individual thing based on the jeans you are actually having and will be using. Alrighty, so I just cut out all squares and all hearts, and when I was looking at inspiration images, I actually noticed that I missed the other pocket, which actually also has hearts. Let me bring you back to the desk now. Here, sorry guys. So you're actually gonna need 4 different sizes hearts from one color of the fabric. And you're gonna need actually 4 different sizes from the other color of the fabric, and 3 squares from the 3rd color of fabric. So as you see, we have 3 different shades of blue and different denim. This is actually the same denim, it's just one part of it is darker than the other, but all these shades are way different than my overalls. So what we're gonna do right now, I also have a fabric fusion glue, but I'm kind of like hesitating to use that because if you notice on the inspiration images, all edges are kind of like a fried and raw, and I'm not planning to do it by hand. What I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna just stitch it to my overalls, and I decided to do it actually by hand using this very thick embroidery thread, with actually my mother-in-law gave it to me. I'm sorry I'm smiling, but she's amazing, and she pay attention to the videos, and she knows what I need, and one day I just think I'm not gonna need it, and here we go. That's exactly what we need for this project. So she's very, very have great attention to details, and the stuff she gives me, sometimes I think like, well, I don't think I'm gonna need it, and then I go like, oh my goodness, my mom gave me that, I'm gonna actually need it, it's just perfect. And that's one of those moments. So thank you, mom. Thank you, Jan. So I decided, because it's only 3 squares, I'm just gonna hand stitch it. I'm afraid that if I'm gonna use fabric fusion just on the edges, they're not gonna fry as much as I want them, because they're gonna stop right when the glue is. I could also put a glue where I want the edges to stop frying, which is another great idea, because if I will stitch it, maybe it's not gonna put the stop to it. But I am definitely not gonna sit and do it by hand. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna stitch everything to my pants, and then I'm gonna throw them in the wash with like even just to put the water, because I don't need to wash them, and then I'm gonna throw them in the dryer with this drying balls, and they're just gonna beat it up, and the job will be done for me, and this is gonna look very natural. So right now I think I am really on the fence of using this one. Even though I used it multiple times, I'm still afraid that it's gonna kind of like even bleed through, or just leave this kind of like a plasticky feel around it, and I want it to be like really, really soft. So I think I'm gonna skip it, and I'm gonna just use this quilt thread, and I'm just gonna quickly stitch it around. It's really not that much stitching. It's literally 3 tiny squares, and I'm gonna give you sizes of it again by my later, so you can have them. But again, it's a warning, my pants could be wider or not as wide as yours, so this sizes might not work for you. I basically freehand the hearts, the same method I showed you the anthropology shirt, which means I folded half and I draw the hearts. So I basically did that, and now what I have to do is put my book on and start to hand stitching. Boys are sleeping. I'm gonna show you. I have beautiful light in studio. You can see on my bonjour sweatshirt, beautiful light in studio, beautiful day, and boys are sleeping right next to me. So I'm gonna put my book on, and I'm gonna get to stitching. My pony is up, and let's do it. So I place the patch on the markings which I made before, pin it so it's gonna stay in place, and I use the sewing chalk to draw a straight lines around it, and that's the lines where I'm gonna be actually stitching by hand. And I stitched few already right over here. This is exactly how I explained. I placed it on the markings, and I draw the white line, and I did the stitch. And I decided to do just one stitch. I think it looks nicer than the continuous kind of stitch. I'm gonna show you on the back. Like right over here. I think this way it's way too much for me, but this is my personal opinion. So I'm gonna pull some out from this side, so I will have every other, and I'm leaving every other on this. So I have one more patch to do, And then I'm gonna attach the hearts, and the hearts, they have to have a carpet stitch, or rag stitch, or blanket stitch it's called. Many people call it different way. So if you look at it, heart's gonna be quite a lot of work to stitch on it. So what I might do, I might actually try to glue the hearts first down and then stitch it around. Okay, guys, I'm working on the jeans, on the rag stitch, and Papi Teddy, he's definitely not letting me to finish. He brought his favorite toy, Burger, and he's laying on the jeans, and he literally wants me to play with him and not do the project. To Junior? To Junior? No, to Junior. He's laying in the sun with his burger on my jeans. That's how much he loves the jeans. I'm about to finish. I have 2 more hearts to go, guys, and we're gonna go to the distress part of the project. The Junior, what do you want to play with now? The Junior? Bunny? We're getting Bunny now. No more burger. I just started work on the jeans, and the Junior brought another toy. And all done. I am on very quick walk with boys. I didn't plan to, so I'm not even dressed for the walk. But I am wearing overalls, and I had to change the order of the videos. I'm not gonna explain why and waste your time, but overall, I had to run quick errands. I got a lot of compliments on my overalls. I'm gonna show you them fully when I get home in a few minutes. A very easy project, great results. I loved it. I enjoyed every minute of it. Alrighty, and overalls are ready. I'm just rocking them right now. But before, I'm gonna show you guys how they came out, and I am absolutely in love with them from A to Z. There is nothing negative I have to say about this process in my sewing thoughts. You must try it. It was really no money project because I had the overalls, which I was hoarding for a while. They are a little bit large, but it's fine. Everything's supposed to be large right now. That's number one. And I also used and recycled old jeans. So basically this is zero money project and turning old clothes into brand new styled fashion. But before I'm gonna show you overalls, I have big announcement to make, so stay tuned. So announcement number one, as you know, we're doing everything Valentine's related because Valentines are coming up, and I have a lot of Valentine's project going on a YouTube and off the YouTube. I am also selling my first art drop in local boutiques, and I'm donating 10% of proceeds toward local animal sanctuary and the rescue place which is nearby. So I can show you my art soon, and it will be also available online if you guys want to support and help me to raise the money for this cause. And there is obviously personal story behind it, but it's too emotional for me to share it online yet. Maybe soon I'm gonna grow to it. I need to still mourn more. Once I'm gonna be ready to share this emotional and personal story to me and why I choose to support a local animal sanctuary, I promise I will tell you, but let's not go into something which is sad and make me cry in front of the camera. My mom told me that I look ugly when I cry, so you guys not gonna see it, so you guys have to wait until my heart will heal, and then I will tell you the story without tears and emotions. So this, my first art drop will be available online soon, potentially when the next video will come out soon. So I really would like you guys to help me support this cause and raise the money for the sanctuary and show me this way your love for me. But for now, I would like to show you my love for you, and that giveaway is aimed for my sewers subscribers. If you sew and you would like to stay on top of your projects and keep a log of your fabrics and expenses and where did you buy the fabrics and designs, I have something super perfect for you. This is something which also I am using on top of my YouTube planner, and it's a gorgeous, gorgeous planner, hardcover planner, beautifully designed. Each of them is about $40 value, and I would like to give away 2 of them. And now I'm gonna tell you what to do to get one of them. So as I mentioned before, each of them is worth about $40, and that's how they look like. Look at this glossy, beautiful covers. They are gorgeously designed, and these are logs for sewers. So I'm not gonna show you page by page, but basically you can, if you're sewing a lot and you have clients or you're sewing for your family, you can register the sizes, even your sizes, and you have room to draw your designs. You have room for the notes and pictures. It's just gorgeous, gorgeous logs for sewers or quilters, and I have 2 of them to give them away. And what do you need to do in order to win one? And I just want to also mention that I purchased them by myself using my own money. This is not a collaboration. So this is my way to show I love you. So in order to win one, I'm gonna ask you to like this video, to like next video, comment under both videos, and share both videos on your social media. And if it's not enough to ask, tag me in your stories. So by sharing on your social medias, I'm saying that take a screenshot of the thumbnail of this video and the video next week and share it in your stories or Instagram or Facebook and tag me. And this is my Instagram account. And you have time to do those things till February 22nd. On February 22nd, I'm closing a giveaway, and I'm gonna put all your names, all participants' names in one bucket, and I'm gonna choose 2 people who are gonna win these planners. And I'm gonna announce the winners on a video on March 1st, but also in my post. So don't worry about it. You don't have to wait until March 1st. Or basically February 22nd, when my video will be released, I will close the giveaway, and day after that, I'm gonna announce winners. And once we're done with the giveaway, now I'm just literally committing so much to this cause, and I went steps outside because we have gorgeous winter day, and I'm gonna show you my overalls. They came out amazing. You must do this. And hey, if you have expensive taste like me and you want to keep your bank account happy as well, this is the right place for you. Thank you for watching. I will see you next week.